Hello everyone, and welcome to the final race of my career mode season. It is of course Interlagos at Brazil, and I'm of course still driving my 4-cylinder, as you can see me there in my dashing overalls. So for the final race of the season then, as you might have already noticed, we're in straight to race mode. I am at the absolute back of the grid. I didn't bother qualifying to make it a bit entertaining, since I've won the last few races. It's getting a bit boring. I thought I'd probably be on pole again, so I thought let's make it entertaining. So here's my setup then. Once again, won't bother reading it out. And my teammate, I believe, had an average qualifying. I think he's something like 15th, as you'd expect. But I'm hoping to at least get on the podium, fingers crossed. I do believe McLaren are going to win the Constructors at this race. I think there's something like 30 or 40 points ahead, with 43 potentially available for the next, which I think is Red Bull in second. And of course, I've already won the Driver's title, and 4-cylinder, I think, are 4th in Constructors. So, here we go then. Red Bull 1-2. There's my teammate. Actually looks like he's qualified reasonably well, but halfway up the grid. And there's me right at the back behind the two HRTs. So it should be an interesting start. It's not a massively wide track, but it's not thin either. So it shouldn't be too bad going to the first corner. There's walls either side. We've got 4 lights, 5 lights now, and they're out straight away then. We'll go straight to Richmond as per normal. And getting a pretty good job there. Minimise wheel spin now in the slipstream for the HRT, using a bit of curves, which of course they haven't got. Coming to the first corner now as, oh, I celebrate myself, one up hitting the cater in front of me there. But back out of it again, let him back through to make sure I don't gain an advantage from that. Lucky not to damage my front wing there, to be honest, but they just surprised me how early they're braking. And now come on the second corner. Give the Marussia a bit of a shove out the way. And we're out through the slow cars already, so centre ahead then. Bruno centre the Williams. That's a bit of contact there, front wings flying in the air. Gonna have to keep on the brakes. You saw my inside wheel locking there. Have to keep braking as the, oh, very close to Ricardo there. Very, very close. For some reason we're a bit slow, probably because of the front wing itself. Down the inside now, think about the upside and the inside of Perez, but nope, think better of that. That's not going to go well. Seems quite strange. Oh, as I doubt the inside of Perez now. And didn't quite make the move, sticks him, going the outside of him now. Just saying, it seems quite strange with Perez not in a McLaren. So I think he could touch me there. Yeah, you can see him like fishtailing all over the track. I can recall I felt him touch me through the wheel. So I think he must have just ran a bit wide, touched me and spun himself out. Luckily didn't get a penalty for it though, would have been undeserved. But here we go then, only half a second behind Grosjean then, already up to 12th place then after lap 1. So this is why now you can see that when I do my 24th to question mark races, this is why I stay behind for the first lap, because I can get halfway up the field in just one lap and it makes it a bit boring. But of course this race I'm not in the top running car. 4-cylinder is good for, I don't know, out of 12 maybe it's the 5th or 6th best car, if that. In fact 7th, probably 7th or 8th best car. It's not a great car at all. So it's going to be a challenge definitely to get up through the field. It's not as quick as the slowest frame. I've used all my curves now to get in the slipstream. I'm going to go very late there, going to the inside. I was going to go on the outside, but then he started moving back across, so I decided last second to go to the inside. Just avoided the rear of his car there and saved my front wing just about. Managed to get past him. That's 11th then. So I still need to pass a car every lap really. There's 18 laps in this 25% race then. I'm running on lap 2, all the way up to 11th place, which is my target. Look, you can see with the green circle, I guess, on the top left there. So already on my target position, which is good. Just got Hamilton ahead now then. So it looks like I'm going to be outside the DRS zone, which is a little bit frustrating for the end of, or beginning rather, of next lap. Just over a second, but I'm probably, ooh, a little bit wide there. Probably not going to be able to, unfortunately, get into a slipstream and close that down. 4-cylinder is pretty slow in a straight line, unfortunately. So let's see. Coming across the line then. Just about now. Maybe the fastest lap of the race, but no, just over a second to Hamilton. So can I get DRS? It's going to be close. With a line I take, probably not. I tend to like to go full throttle all the way around that corner rather than easing off. So no, would have already got DRS by now if I had it. But I'm going to use all my curves so I don't lose too much and I stay in the slipstream. You see there the camera is shaking me in the slipstream. Yes, only 7/10 now then. So even though they had DRS, it's only 7/10 back, which is good. So still on rich mixture then. I went for conservative fuel. And it looks like it's paying off so far. Been on rich the whole time. I've still got another 4 laps spare of rich to go, which is good. Oh, Hamilton runs very wide there, slows him down a bit, allows me to get right on his tail. Not able to overtake in this middle sector. This middle sector does not overtake in the slightest, unless you're really close to them. This 4-cylinder is certainly not as quick as the McLaren ahead. But you can tell the McLaren ahead's also quicker than the Mercedes ahead. So he's holding him up a bit. Hopefully I can manage to squeeze past. We'll see. This last corner always find very tricky. I never tend to get along very well in the final corner. Not sure why. But there we go. Less than 3 tenths behind him now then. Nicely in the slipstream for this straight. Should be nicely in his DRS zone for the next straight. It'll be after the third corner, I guess it is, DRS zone. We'll see it in just a second. Still 2.5 tenths. Oh, as he brakes very early there. Think about going inside, and we'll get 2 actually. Hamilton and Schumacher. As they braked a bit early because they were in the queue of traffic. That's part of the slightly stupid AI in this game. So I've now got DRS though, and I'm using all my curves to get nicely past Massa. Here we go, past him, but I can see Kobayashi, which is why I use all my curves. I can see the Kobayashi in front. Ooh, right on the outside of him. I managed to turn and make the move done. Wow. Didn't even have a chance to commentate that. That was fantastic. That's why I used all my curves, because I saw Kobayashi head wasn't going to get DRS. So I thought, right, well, maybe I can get him from back here. So I used all my curves, managed to get close enough to him, and went for it around the outside. Just about managed to get all slowed down and just had to turn in and hope that I'd already passed him. Fantastic move there. Of course, it's only happened because he braked so early, but still no mean feat. But that puts us up to 7th position then on lap 4, so we're already well into the points here. Not that we're too concerned about points, as I said. I've already won the world title. Many races to go. We're only 9 tenths behind Rosberg in front then in the Mercedes, but it's very fast in a straight line. See if I can just about creep into the slipstream, can I? Is the camera shaking? It's not. It's just starting to now though, I think. I think it is, can't really tell without playing it, to be honest. It's a bit difficult. But I do a new fast lap then, 13.9, as I'm only 8 tenths behind, and 8 tenths behind the guy in front, and 8 tenths ahead of the guy behind. 8 tenths all around, but now going to get DRS using, no, go for half my curves this time. So I realise I'm probably not going to be able to catch him while he's got DRS, but that's alright, it's going to allow me to get closer. As, oh, going the outside of him once again, braking very early there, halfway alongside him, and don't quite manage to make it stick, but luckily I've got that curves. I can now use rich mixture and use my curves. And going the outside of him through that last corner, to put on the inside of this next corner. Move done. Position 6 then, already up to P6. Maldonado in the Williams ahead. Should be able to dispatch of him relatively soon. It's lap 5 of 18. Haven't mentioned my strategy yet. Of course, I started on prime tyres. Oh, as I get some oversteer there though, right out onto the grass. I didn't really get oversteer, to be honest. The car corrected itself, which I didn't expect it to do, so I oversteered, and by that time the car had already corrected itself, so it's a bit of a strange one there. It's just a feeling I had in the wheel. Doesn't often happen, but it happened there. It's lost me time half a second. You can see that it's lost me, so he's going to be out of the slipstream, out of the DRS to the car ahead. Rosberg's going to be in it on me, so I need to make sure I have a good first and second corners. But yeah, so prime tyres I started on, so everyone else will have started on option tyres, so it's looking good for me so far to be this far up on primes. So I should be quicker in the next stint on options. Lap 10 is going to be the pit stop. You can see on the right hand side there. And everyone else should pit around lap 8. As Vettel does the fastest lap of the race, so he's certainly not slow. You can see him on the mini-map. He's pulling out a little bit of a gap.
Vettel's just posted the fastest lap of the race.
And I'm a 10th down on my previous, so it's certainly not a great lap from me. But of course that was because I didn't have DRS, so it's not too bad then. He's trying now close up to Maldonado ahead, get it back into slipstream, get back into the DRS zone. If I can. See, I'm pushing quite hard now. Can't say I enjoy the Brazil circuit massively. I do enjoy it. Certainly don't dislike it, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favourites. Especially, it's quite a flowing circuit, quite a short flowing circuit, which generally isn't my style. My style stop-start circuits, something like Monza, Abu Dhabi, all those sort of circuits. I enjoy Valencia as well. But there we go, closing in on Maldonado, a little bit ahead of me now, 1.3 it is. A little bit less than last lap, about 2 tenths or so. So you can tell, I'm certainly not especially quicker than the guys ahead. But I'm not massively slower thanks to my driving skill, combined with the car. Evens it out nicely. If I was in a McLaren, or even if I was in Williams, same as the guy ahead, I probably would be closing him down. Williams is a pretty good car. I'm now on standard fuel then, not wanting to use too much, I'm going to save it. Ready for when I've got options, or ready for when I'm overtaking, but I'm now just over a second, so I should get DRS next lap. Hopefully, if I can stay this close to him. Rosberg's now fallen back to just over a second behind me as well. This is looking good. My teammate not looking quite so good for him. He had to pit on lap 1. You can see him there on the mini-map, the yellow dot. Or lap 2 I think it was. He must have lost his front wing, I guess. So it's not been a good race from him at all. De Resta. And I might even actually be able to lap him by the end of this 25% race. 18 laps. Lapping a teammate, never a good sign for him, is it? But I'm now nice and close to Maldonado ahead then. Which means I could well be perhaps overtaking him on this next straight. I'm pretty close, but probably not close enough. It's going to allow me in the slipstream though, gain a bit of time through that. It's always good. Having said that, look at how much I'm gaining on him. He hasn't got slipstream, I have, so I'm going to gain massively on him. Look at this. So I flip through the settings there. I decided that I didn't want to overtake him yet. I wanted to get DRS from him, but I was gaining too much advantage that I couldn't not overtake him, so that was what was going on there. So that means I haven't now got DRS, but that's okay. Just going to close in on Alonso ahead now. We're up to 5th place then, which is looking good. I don't know about the win because Vettel's pulled away a little bit from the pack, but I think a podium is definitely possible. I can see the podium place just there. In fact, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd. I can see 2nd place just ahead. So, not inconceivable I get a 2nd place. But I certainly need to close on these guys, ideally before they pit. Because of course they're going to be on fresher tyres than me when they come out, but won't be for long, only a lap or two. Then I'll be on the faster, fresher tyres, option tyres. So here we go then. Into a slipstream now. Still on standard fuel, so I'm still able to catch him even though I'm only on standard. Now going to Rich, ready for this long straight. 7/10 behind him then. Trying to nail the exit of this corner, which I've done nicely. On throttle nice and early. 10th and a half up. Vettel's still with the fastest lap of the race, but I suspect I'll probably get that. He's already only a 10th faster and I'm on the slower tyre, so I'll probably get that when I go to options. So they come into the pits now then. If they do pit, I try and steal as much slipstream as I can. And I go to standard fuel, and that is the fastest lap of the race. 13.8. 2.0. Only a tiny bit faster than Vettel's actually, not a lot at all. But Webber's now ahead in the lead of the race currently. I'm going to try and close him down to him and get some slipstream. Ready for the start-finish straight when he'll probably pit. So I've gone for all my curves now again just to try and get in a slipstream if I can. Look at that, 0.999, 1,000 under a second behind him. So that would just about be enough to get DRS, but activation zone is on the apex of turn 2, so it's a bit late. There's a car ahead though, slowing him down massively. That's allowing me to catch up nicely. Although, considering how badly he got in his way, he must have only lost about, I don't know, 6/10. Looked like he might have lost a couple of seconds, didn't he? Completely almost got stuck on him. There we go, that's okay. It's allowed me in his slipstream ahead. It's always a good thing. So that's going to give me some nice slipstream ready for the back straight. The start-finish straight, really. It's just incredibly long. Yes, less than half a second behind. So I'm going to go to Rich. I'll go to standard so I get some nice slipstream. Make sure I haul the slipstream all the way till he's in the pits. Don't want to be overtaking him before that. And there we go. I will consider pitting that lap, but I decided that I might get held up in the pits with him and whoever else is going to pit behind him. So I decided to stay out, do one more lap. So this is what this is. My one final lap before I come into the pits then. I reckon I will have, might be in 2nd place when I come out, you know. Depends on how good their stops were, depends how good my outlap is. I'll have to wait and see. So 10th down on my previous. So it's not been a great lap so far, but I'm not crying about that. It's not too bad at all. Lap 10 of 18 now then. So just 8 laps to go. Not including this one, 9 including this one. That's now 13.4 ahead of Vettel then. Not sure we'll have time to see that split before I'm in the pits. Again. I haven't been watching that split, probably should have been watching it, that gap, but there we go. Let's see. So was it 13.4, wasn't it? So let's see what it is now. You see on the mini map there, big cluster of cars with Vettel just ahead of him, so he's still pulling out a bit of a gap, so I suspect I'll probably slot in just ahead of Button there. 13.2, so he's actually closing in on me a little bit. As I come very fast into the pits there. Feels incredibly fast to me. Into the box then, needed a half decent stop from the Force India guys. It was a very good stop. 3.2 seconds from a low team is a fantastic stop. You'd expect that from the McLaren guys, but certainly not from the Force India guys. As I now go into the grass a bit, coming out the pit lane. And I believe, where's Vettel? Is he behind me? I'm ahead of Vettel. So I've somehow managed to come out ahead of Vettel. Just about half a second. So I needed a good stop there by the Force India guys. And I'm now in the lead of the race. So I started from last, as I'm going to allow Vettel to go up the inside there to make it brilliant and entertaining, but since the racing strategy isn't great in terms of that, they back out. Unless they're actually ahead of you coming into a braking zone, so he backed out of it there. So I'm now ahead. Lead of the race from starting stone dead last on lap 1. On lap 11 I'm now leading the race with faster, fresher tyres. So that virtually guarantees me the win, doesn't it? gotta say, I was a bit disappointing at this point. I was hoping to make it a bit more entertaining for you guys, but it's a bit late now, really. I don't want to let him pass and make it artificial. But there we go. I will let it out a lot of the laps between, but I believe the next lap is going to be a fastest lap of the race. We'll see. So let's see then on these brand new softer option tyres. See if I can manage to pull out a fast lap. But Vettel is going to have DRS behind me then. So I'm not going to use any curves, just going to stay on standard, see if he can get me. But looks like he's probably not going to have enough pace. He's certainly closing in on me, but no. In real life, I think Vettel would have gone for it up the inside there, but unfortunately the AI in this game don't do that. But hopefully, if you've been reading my website, don't forget to do that. www.alexgillen.com. Bit of a plug there. A bit of news from Steve Hood that the AI will be improved. Not only will the legendary AI be faster, but I believe that their racing will also be better. Their racing style will be better, which is always good to hear. So now the guy ahead's been blue flagged. He will be asked to move over to allow the faster car behind through, since he's being lapped. So it's now purple. Oh, I've run a bit wide there. Got full curves back. They're going to stay in the slipstream as well nicely. So there we go. Couldn't really do much. He's just trying to stay wide to let me pass. He's going to let Vettel pass as well. So going to go to Rich now then. Try and do a fast lap. That already was a fastest lap, 13.6. But let's see if we can improve it with some Rich fuel. So Vettel's just over a second behind me, so he probably won't get DRS. So I'm now should be able to pull away from him comfortably with this Rich fuel. Let's see. I do want to smash the fastest lap. Absolutely have. First sector, 4 tenths up. Purple, fastest of anyone, 4 tenths up my previous, which is already a fastest lap. So first sector, smashed. Let's see if I can smash the second sector. Hopefully I can. So coming around then. This is a sector I don't enjoy much, it's quite flowing. It's okay. I do quite enjoy it, but as I said, it's not one of my favourites. But I do enjoy this circuit though, overall. Can't say I dread going to it, but I do prefer places like America. I find the tracks more fun. But 6 tenths up now then. So it looks like I could just about be able to get into the 12s then with this lap. And we'll see what happens down the start-finish straight. So here we go then, what's the time going to be? It is a 1 minute 12.909. As we now flip to the final lap of the race. As you see there, my fuel's a bit marginal, but it's not too bad. And I actually managed to improve my lap, I think a couple laps after that previous one we just saw, to 1 minute 12.8, but I thought it wasn't worth showing that lap as well, since it just wasn't worth it. It was only a 10th. Here we go then, first sector done. Last lap then, what's the gap to Vettel now? It's 5.2 seconds, so yes, managed to pull out a nice comfortable lead to him. So I come around, take my final lap of the season in my Force India, a season in which I've won the World Championship title. Didn't quite manage to get constructors, but I did change teams halfway through. I've managed 4th with Force India, and I believe somewhere like 6th with Caterham, even though I left them halfway through. So I think if I would have stayed in this team, the same team the whole time, I might have even won the constructors. So there we go. Coming around the final corner now then. Final corner of the season to take a well-deserved, well, season finish really. Another well-deserved win. And I have to go to lean to make sure I make it to the line. And here we go then. Cross the line. Just about. Now. The car dives me over. There's the finger. The Vettel finger. Finished first then. Teammate was only 19th then after his horror show race. And I finished 11th above, of course. I passed that quite easily. There we go, 6.8 to Vettel in the end. 12.8, so almost a second faster than anyone else. But no, about half a second faster than anyone else. Button look, did a good lap. But Webber doing better lap, 13.2. So half a second faster. 14.6 for my teammate there, look. So almost 2 seconds faster than him. Here's the championship then, 141 points ahead of Fernando Alonso in the end. Unfortunately, I forgot to show the constructors, but here we go. 1 Drivers' World title, 7 fastest laps, 7 poles. Average finish position was 2nd, which is fantastic. 12 race wins out of 20, so I won over half of the races in uncompetitive cars. 381 points. Beat my rival, beat my teammate. 30 out of 40 objectives, didn't quite see the last one. And there we go, there's my trophy. Congratulations, you won the world title. And here we go then. Here's my offers. I got offered a contract from Ferrari and Force India. Here's the emails. Unfortunately, I was hoping to get an offer from Caterham, but unfortunately I didn't manage to get that, so I'm now going to go with Force India. Here we go. And this fantastic graphic from Codemasters here. I really like this. So simple but so good. Just a 3D version of their logo that it scans slowly over. Look at that. Beautiful. Really, really nice. Doesn't matter what team, it just looks nice. But there we go. So Force India will be next season then. We'll see how that gets on, hopefully in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.